Transmissions jammed. Proximity coverage only.
Hey guys, Jacob here. Today I'm going to be covering my healer build for PvP and PvE. I mostly designed this build around legendary missions due to the fact they were a bit of a pain in the ass, and also I had a lot of DPS guys with me, so I decided to make this. First, if you guys are new, welcome to the channel. I upload daily Division 2 content on stuff like build videos, the gear and weapon reviews, Dark Zone highlights, and much more. First, the specialization I'm going to be telling you guys I'm using is going to be the Survivalist, due to the fact you get 15% increased outgoing healing. Also, you get the Mender Seeker Mine if you want to use that. And last, you get the Distributed Repair, which armor kits now repair over 5 seconds instead of instantly, but also apply to group members within 20 meters, which is really nice. You guys can always use something like Technician if you really want to, because it does give you +1 skill tier. This build is based around pretty much high-ends only. There are no gear sets involved. You guys will see the specialization I'm using is the Survivalist, like I said. The primary I'm using is the M1A, which is the Baker's Dozen. You do not have a lot of damage on this build, so I try to throw on some weapons that give me some pretty decent damage. This is the Baker's Dozen. I have rifle damage, which is max, crit damage, damage to targets out of cover, and lucky shot, which is magazine capacity is increased by 30%. Missed shots from cover have a 100% chance to return to the magazine. Essentially, you can use any gun you want on here due to the fact you're mostly going to be kind of staying behind your teammates a little bit. In PvP, obviously, you're going to want to have something that hits pretty hard, so I'd recommend using something like the M1A or even an SMG to get some crit in there. That way you can just try to rip through people if they get close to you at all, but your teammates are going to be the main people you're going to want to rely on. As for a secondary, I'm just using the Bighorn, which is the exotic AR you can get from legendary missions, and due to the fact that it does have, high rate of fire and has 30 rounds in the magazine, but also you can zoom in and get that 450% weapon damage with each shot. The sidearm is the lightning rod, which it doesn't really matter what sidearm you're using. I recommend just picking whatever you like, but this does have perfect salvage on here. Killing a target has a 85% chance to refill the magazine, but it doesn't really matter what sidearm you're using. For the pieces I'm using, I'll cover the mask first. I'm using a Richter and Kaiser mask, which is the one piece. You're getting 15% incoming repairs. You have repair skill, skill haste, and incoming repairs, so you can heal yourself, and you're getting 1 skill tier from the core attribute. Next is going to be the chest piece, which is pretty much the key component you're going to want to try to focus on. This is Alp Summit. You're going to get repair skills, skill duration, and skill haste. So you're going to have the duration on your skills, and you'll get your skills a little bit quicker, and also your repair skills will be 15% more. You get 1 core attribute from Alp Summit, 14,000 health, which I wish was another yellow, but it still works, 9.8 skill haste, and 15.8 repair skills. And then the main talent is Empathic Resolve. Repelling an ally increases their total weapon and skill damage by 3 to 15% for 10 seconds, 1 to 7 seconds if self. Effectiveness increased by your skill tier. So when your skill tier is a little higher, that's how this is affected. But if you're, like, say, throwing a box down or the hive, what do you want to call it, it will increase their weapon damage and their skill damage. So if they have really high weapon damage and you hit them with a heal, then it will increase from the hive. Next is going to be the holster, which has 1 skill tier, 11.4 skill haste, and 15.6 repair skills. The backpack is another key component. I wish I did not have skill damage. I'd rather have skill haste, but this is the only backpack I've found at the moment. I have 1 skill tier, skill damage, repair skills, and repair skills on the mod. SafeGuard, wallet full armor, increase total skill repair by 100%. The reason I'm using this is due to the fact if you're in PvE and PvP, you can make this work. In PvE, you could always change this, or PvP, you could always change this, but in PvE, you can as well. But if you're hiding behind stuff and you're constantly healing your teammates and not shooting anything, they're going to get the increased skill repair by 100% because you're at full armor and you're not fighting anything, and that way they get that bonus effectively. Next is going to Murakami. You have skill duration and 15% repair skills. I have 10% hazard on here and 20% repair skills. The hazard's really nice in case you run into stuff like burn, poison, bleed, stuff like that, and it'll help you a little bit. Murakami knee pads, which have repair skill and skill haste. I still haven't found the max skill haste roll, but I'm trying to get there. But you can see it does give you repair skill, so it's really nice to have these all stacked up. That way you guys can give your team the heals they need. For the skills, I am using the Restore Hive, which is kind of obvious if you're using a heal build. You can see I have 4 mil health, the healing is 339,000, and the PvP healing is 206,000 HP. So in PvP, it's still effective. PvE, it's very effective because it just heals people like crazy. You can see this is a tier 6, this is a max tier hive. So you have the repair charges, the 120% healing at the 120% range, and the 420% health. For the mods on here, you guys will see I am using the 4% healing, which I do have a 5% almost, which for some reason almost keeps flipping. For the launcher slot, I'm using the duration. And for the drone antenna, I'm using the repair charges. And for the swarm control, I don't think I have anything on there last time I checked. Now for the reinforcer, which is for the chem launcher, this is the heal one, which you're getting +5 ammo, 60% radius, and 120% heal. Armor repair is 1 million. Armor repair over time, which is 202,000. PvP armor repair is 563,000, and PvP armor repair over time is 101,000. So if your hive's gone, you can use this as a backup and heal your teammates. That's what I did in the legendary runs. If you guys actually watched me run through District Union, I used this a lot. The fact this thing was going down like crazy because I was healing my teammates like crazy. So it's really nice to have a backup like this. If you don't want to use the Reinforcer Kit Launcher, you can always use something like the Mender Seeker Mine due to the fact you have it unlocked from the Survivalist, but I highly recommend using the Chem Launcher instead because I think it's a little bit better for a healer style build. But that's going to be about for the build and the skills. I'll go into the stats real quick for you guys as well. Another thing, if you're curious, for the shade level, you guys can see here where I have spec'd into my utility. For the skill haste, I have 11. For the skill repair, I have 7. And the skill damage, I have 6. I'll go into the stats real quick so you guys can see as well. I'll go all the way down here to the defensive. You can see the armor and the max health. Incoming repairs is 30%. Pulse resistance, hazard protection. All this stuff does add up, by the way, due to the shade levels. Skill haste is 53.7. You can see the refill speed, the healing, PvP healing, and you guys can see all the system slots, what I have here. And for the chem launcher, I have 6, 53.7 skill haste, 8 ammo, 19.5 ammo cooldown. Cooldown radius is 4.80 seconds. Cooldown duration is 7 seconds. Armor repair is 1.1. PvP armor repair, as you guys know already. These are some just last minute things if you guys wanted to see them on the stat sheet. I will show you the crit chance and the crit damage as well if you guys really care. But this is a PvP/PvE healer build, so your crit chance and crit damage are going to be pretty low due to the fact you're not running any pieces like that. But you still can get some crit damage and crit chance depending on your shade level roll and what attachments you have on your guns. But that's about it, guys. Thank you all for watching. Make sure you subscribe for more Division 2 content, and I'll catch you guys all later.